Here we go. Working on the front. So I have the harness pretty much separated where it's going to go. This on the inside is going to go to the starter button, which is going to go to, like I said in my previous video, this terminal right here. So we'll go ahead and loosen that up like that. Like that. This is where I drop this and lose my mind. All right, so I'm going to throw that on there. Boom. That's on. Let me do all this since I'm working one-handed. I really need to get some way to hold this phone so I can do this with two hands. Sure would make life easier. All right, there's that. So that's going to go there. This right here goes to the battery side of the solenoid. That's the main power for the fuse panel inside there. And it hooks straight to the battery, which the battery cable, the positive is going to go from the battery, boop, around to this terminal. This is going to go to the starter. So this wire right here, I have a new one. That's going to go there to the starter. These are going to the brake light switch. Again, I'm using that Chevy brake light switch. All these go to, see if I can remember them off the top of my head. Oil pressure, coil, tack. One of these is water temp. Yeah, I can't remember. I don't know. Anyway, oil pressure gauge, water temp gauge, tack, ignition, so to the coil, and something else that I can't think of right now. And all these go to the lights. And that is how it's going to be. There's a clip. All right, so let me go ahead and connect this. It comes with this right here. And I guess this is some sort of fusible link or something. So this is actually going to get cut right about there. Just enough so I can put the clip on there that they provide and hook that up, which is cool. It's kind of stupid to have the clip there, but whatever. I'm going to shrink tube it up and it's going to be sealed. What I should do is cut it and put a terminal on it and just make it one solid wire. But I don't know. I mean, there must be a clip for a reason, right? So we'll go ahead and use it. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back with you. All right, so I cut that plug off, and I put the, cut this to length, and put the butt connector on there, clipped it on, shrink wrapped it all on there, and then I realized why they had it removable, or a plug. If the fusible link goes bad, you got to be able to replace it. I just hardwired it. Not a huge deal. I have plenty of wire to work with. If necessary, I still have all this, so I can come in here and make it detachable if I have to. So it's whatever. Doubt the fusible link's going to go bad. I don't see why it would, but you never know. But if it needs to be fixed, I can fix it still. It's just not going to be as easy. So there's that. Anyway, that's done. So I'm going to tie all this together. Just like that. These two wires are going to come off here. Like that. And it's all going to go down into this. It's going to run right along. I'm trying to make it all run the factory route. So I'm going to start taping. I'm going to tape up to here. Haven't figured if I'm using a headlight relay. And I haven't figured out those. So I'm going to figure all this out first, because the water temp sensor I'm using, I planned on using that one right there. But I may just move it over to that side of the head and run the mechanical gauge to this. I'm just gonna have a crap load of tubing. You know what I mean? That's my only thing. Dude has the mechanical one going there, which is cool, but that was the only gauge. So I can't have the electric gauge going here, the factory gauge going here, and the mechanical gauge going here, because then that's stupid. So I got to figure that out. And he has all this tubing here instead of having it wrapped up behind the dash. So I do not want that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have it. Yeah, I'm going to leave this here and run the mechanical to that side. That way I can have the gauge tubing come out of that hole right there where the heater's going to come out of, the heater wire. Come on, focus. Yeah, well, you get it right there. So yeah, decision made. There we go. So I'm got the wires all routed. Start with these. These are all the lights and electric fan and turn signals. Going through that grommet there. I put the battery box up in here, and this wire is going to go right behind there because it's got that pad on it and it fits there perfectly. These are going to go just like that. So it's going to have all that. I'm going to have the grommet there. This goes down here to the brake light switch, which is going to be the Chevy switch, of course. Don't know if I said that in the video already. This has these clips right here. There's two of them. I just dropped one, but another one goes in that hole. So I'm going to attach that to that, that to that. There's the oil pressure wire, and it's going to be a lot shorter, but it's going to go straight down to the oil pressure sender, which goes right where that tubing is, but it's going to be the factory sender. Then these are going to come up here, zip tie to the tube or something. I'll figure that out. Maybe go under the tube. I don't know yet. Come up here, this green wire, boom, straight to the gate or straight to the sender. These two wires go to the alternator, which will be up here or wherever it's going to be. And I'll cut them to length, obviously, once it's in. And the pink and the white wires go to the distributor or to the coil, which is going to be in the factory location. And there's all that stuff. So right now I'm going to put all that in. Put the terminal on for that, hook that up. What else? Try and get the oil pressure sender in, although this oil filter's in the way and I wish I could just take it right off of there. But it's held on by head bolts, of course. So in order to take it off, I have to loosen the head bolts. I don't know if I'm comfortable doing that, because with my luck, I would screw the head gasket up, and then that's a whole nother process, and I'm just trying to drive this thing at this point. So I can live with an oil filter. It's fine. I don't have the alternator yet. I was holding off on buying that because I don't know why. I'm holding off on buying the battery till I get the car on the road, so I have the warranty as long as possible. And I was going to buy the alternator at the same time, but I think I'm going to go ahead and pick it up and take care of that. On that same note, I still have to take the intake manifold off, block the heat passage or crossover or whatever it's called, get that back on. I'm going to get that blasted while it's off and get that painted, make that look great. I'm going to try and paint the heads. We'll see how that goes. And depending on how I'm feeling, I might go ahead and buy some Reds headers. And or maybe I'll drive this up to the exhaust shop and see if they can work this out. Swoop that around and do what they got to do, or bring it across and have it go out on the other side and split somewhere, whatever. I don't know yet. I haven't figured it out. But I will. So let me go ahead and throw those on. We'll be right back. Petronics are in. That grommet was a pain in the butt to get through that hole. Here's all the leftover pieces from the points. Ground wire, or the points wire that goes to the negative terminal, all kinds of stuff. Didn't say anything about removing those stickers, so I didn't. The one right there facing this little wheelie thing, whatever it's called. Hopefully that didn't interfere with anything. Instructions didn't say anything about taking it off, so I'm leaving it. I'm bleeding. I got myself. Throw that on. I'm gonna end up buying a new distributor cap for sure. But that's that. And gotta throw the coil on. Then the new plug wires. And then that's done. I'll pick the alternator up tomorrow, get that on, and then that's done. Then got to throw this battery cable on, but I'm not worried about that right now because I don't have a battery. So yeah, there's all that. I'll be able to get those cut to length because right now they're a little long. Where are they at? A little long. So I'll be able to get those cut down to where they're supposed to be. And we're getting there. It's getting late, so I don't know if I'm going to do the lights, but I might feed the wires to where they go. This is the fan wire. I don't know if I'm ever going to run a fan, so I don't know what I should do with this thing. I can cut it off, have it sticking out of the harness, just in a little nub of it, but at the same time, the wire's going to start to corrode. I could cap the end off with some shrink tube, but I don't know. I guess I'll do that. Most likely it gets tucked up under here anyway, so whatever. So I'll have it just in case I ever need to slap an electric fan on there. Yeah. That's that. The rest of them are lights. We're golden. All right. There we are. All right. So I got all the wires hooked up to the coil. Probably, I don't know if I'm getting the alternator today or tomorrow, but either way, these two wires, there's that taped up. These are going to be going somewhere like this-ish. That's the temp sender. Got the oil pressure gauge sender in there. Still haven't done the brake lights, but I haven't gotten under the car yet. Now I'm about to start on the lights. Problem is, I mean, I have a lot of wire. I don't know if I have enough to split it to both headlights, because you know the wire goes to one headlight and then it splits over to the other headlight, so on and so forth. I guess that might be enough, but we're about to find out. So let me go ahead and bang that out real quick. And there's the old oil pressure mechanical sender. Trash. There's the water temp. Goes up there, and I don't know where it goes. There it is right there. Goes straight up there. And I have it wrapped around the oil filter housing because I'm popping it off. I just haven't drained the coolant yet. Got it right there. So I have to drain the coolant and get that out. Go pop that side out over there and put the new mechanical one in there. Which, now that I'm thinking about it, it's going the wrong direction. Crap, okay. Well, I didn't think about that. And of course I already cut this green wire. I mean, I can cut and patch that up. That's not a big deal. But, okay, had I thought about that, I would have run this wire harness along the back over there and had the green wire come out there. But I didn't think about that. So I don't think, I mean, it's probably not a big deal, I guess. It's pretty pliable, so I can have it go whichever direction I want. So I can have it come up and loop back around, I guess, technically. Or I can move the heater hose. Yeah, whatever. We'll figure it out. Don't know if the speedo cable works because it's not connected. It wasn't connected when I got it. Of course, I got the dash out, but whatever. All right, so I'm going to put the alternator bracket on. Left that off. I don't even know where that is. Somewhere. And then do the lights. Then the front end is done. All right, got the headlight wire split. I got to tape these up. These two short ones go to this headlight. These go across to the other headlight with plenty of wire to spare. Going to follow the original route. They're going to come down here, and the long wires are just going to bend up out of the loom and straight over. I have to do the driving light the same way. This right here is the driving light, or the whatever, parking light, whatever you want to call it. So I have to do the same thing to that. And then the horn as well. Same thing to the horn. And then I can tape everything up and run it across. I have to find the clips. I had a bunch of these. I lost them all, of course. They're here somewhere. But who knows where. So I may be trying to figure out a different way to attach them. But we'll see. So anyway, go ahead and do those wires. And then I just clipped them. I fed these two into one end of... Where's the butt connector? There. I use this right here. I fed two wires, these two into one end, and this other into the other end. Boom, shrink tubing. This is double wall tubing with adhesive inside. I don't know if it's going to show up on camera, probably not. But right there, that little clear ring is adhesive. So I'm hoping it filled the gaps there so no moisture can get inside there. It's going to be taped up anyway, but still, it's cloth tape. So it's this tape right here. Tessa. It's like a cloth. I don't know. Hopefully it's waterproof. Apparently it's what BMW and all those guys use on their wire harnesses. So, you know, I didn't want to use electrical tape, which looks like crap, makes it super stiff and all that. And these are nice flat, like they look good. All right, anyway, back to work. I'm rambling. All right, front wire harness is taped up completely. Let's see if I can get down in here. You got the horn going there. The other one's there to go straight down to there. Like that. This is the fan. It's going to be tucked up under there so you're not going to see it. Goes through the grommet there. I don't know if I don't have the clips. So I think I'm going to just put a tie right there for now. But it's going to be tucked away. Here's the harness there. And then it goes into there. Wires come out here. Wires come out here. Those down there are the wires for the turn signals. So these are the marker light / turn signal sockets I got from Shoebox Central. And they have one brown wire, one black wire, but I don't know which is which. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know how to tell. So I have to wait for them to open tomorrow so I can call them and find out. So I can't wire those in right now. I'm kind of stuck. Here's this one prepped, ready to go. Wires are cut down. What else? I ordered the gaskets today for the headlight buckets. So I can get those on. Get these all wired in. It came with these plugs for the headlights. That you crimp these onto the wires. Then you clip them into here. And then they plug on to the headlight. Like so. They don't go down very far though. I figured they'd go all the way on. I've never seen them only go down that far. There's little prongs on these headlights. But anyway. So the front wires are done. Got to get the alternator. and hook these up, but there's not really much to show on that. I might get plastic tubing for this front harness just because it's going to be out there in the elements kind of, but probably not because I hate that crap. So I don't know. We'll see if I do or not. I haven't decided yet. Definitely not putting it on any of the wires in the engine compartment because it looks like junk. But there it is. So engine side is done. Except for these, of course, but that's nothing. So there, on to the tail lights. All right, got this all taken care of. I figured out brown is for the turn signals, black is for the running light / marker light, whatever you want to call it. Got this plastic tubing on here so the wires don't rub on that edge. Yeah, it's all rusty and nasty in there. Worry about that when it's bodywork time. This is the headlight wires. Got those taped up so they're semi-weatherproof. Because you got the tire right there. So let's get this installed real quick and see how these are all looking. And after fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting, I got that in. And it's tight. Let's see if I can... There's the rubber boot over the socket area. Here's the headlight wire. Oh, you know what? I made those way too short. Crap. Okay, well, easy fix. I just have them come out higher up here. No problem. All right. Well, guess I get to fix that now. And fight with this crap again. But I know what to do now, so it's all right. All right, let me go ahead and fix that real fast. Got the new gaskets from Shoebox Central, who came through with the quickness, like always. There's the part number right there. There's the gasket. Now, why there's a gasket there, I have no clue. My thinking would be to protect the paint, because there's no protection from the tire shooting water onto the back of this thing, so it can't be to keep water off the back of it. But anyway, so we got the bucket on. Here's the 3 wires, ground obviously, high beam, low beam. Let me find this plug here real quick. So here's the plug. Here are the terminals. So you got to crimp these onto the wires, push them into the plug, they clip in place, and then they go on the headlight, but they only go like, I think I showed this in an earlier video, they barely go on at all. So I don't know. We'll see if it works. I mean, it's got to work. They clip on. This is what I did with the ground wires. Just drilled the holes there and screwed them in. I scuffed it up, sanded the paint off to bare metal. I'm going to try and figure out a way to paint that so it doesn't rust any more than it has. I'm going to get to body work eventually. I sold my Jeep Cherokee to pay for paint and body. I have a guy that's going to do what I need done, and it's a smoking price. But I'm going to attempt to French the headlights and the tail lights myself. I'm doing bear claw latches in the doors. I'm doing a bear claw latch in the trunk. And then I'm having them painted. I haven't decided on a color yet. Anyway, I'm getting off track. It's easy to do. So I'm going to go ahead and strip these wires real fast and crimp those terminals on wherever they went. They're there. Crimp those on. Terminals are on. Now I found that you have to pry these little tabs back a little bit so they click, because they're, I guess, flat from shipping or whatever. So you just got to stick a screwdriver in there, give it a little twist, and they'll click right in place. That's what it looks like when it's all said and done. It's on there. So now I'll go ahead, pop the headlight in, and you can see what I'm saying about the terminals. These are the lights I'm going with. I went to Napa, told them I needed 7-inch lights. That's what they gave me. I don't know if that's a good number or not, but whatever. So it has these, see that tab sticking off the side right there? That's what's stopping it from going on. Let me go ahead and push it on. I'll show you what I mean. That's as far as it goes, which is weird to me because the tabs only go to like right wherever. I don't know where they go to, but it's just strange. I mean, it's holding on. It's fine. It's not loose or anything, but it's just weird that that's as far as they go because from my memory, it's been forever since I put new headlights in anything because I don't think I've ever had a headlight burn out in my life. So really, I only do new headlights when I do 12-volt conversions on older cars. But I could have sworn the plug always went all the way on. Correct me if I'm wrong. All right, let me go ahead and button this side up. That side is already done. Go ahead and bang this out real fast. All right, headlights are in. I have no idea where this one's going to be pointing because it's a new bucket. There's the original bucket. Had that big old rust hole in it right there. So I got another one off eBay. Now I need to figure out, these are the bulbs I'm using. 1157s for the turn signals. I just don't know. I got to get a light in there and see which way it faces. So let me go ahead and do that and we'll get it figured out. All right, so after about 20 minutes of messing with that freaking socket, I finally got it locked in. Thing sucks, man. It's not... The plastic piece that's supposed to put pressure on the back of the housing is too tight on the socket itself and doesn't allow the spring to push on it the right way. So they either need a stronger spring or more clearance in the plastic piece. Because you turn it, once you get the socket in, you twist it, and the plastic piece is supposed to push on the housing and hold it. It doesn't do it. So, but I finally got it. So all that's done. This is the NOS chrome, which is like crazy shiny compared to the rest of the grill. So now I got to source grill pieces. Did put a gasket on there. This is under there, under the glass. Keep the light out. Here's the other one. This is the old one from this side, which can probably be cleaned up, but it makes no sense to use one NOS and one not NOS. At least I'll have an even, super bright, shiny turn signal housing. Now the only thing, or whatever, the only thing that I don't like is that right there. I don't know why it's causing a gap like that, but I'm not going to worry about it right now, but that is something I'm going to address. So I just have to get that bulb in the other side, which I'm trying to figure out a way to do it without removing the housing or the socket, because that was a huge pain in the butt to get off. Now I don't want to do that again. But right now I have to go to work, so I'm going to finish that up later. But anyway, that's what it looks like right there. And there we go. Literally the only thing I have left to do in the engine bay, wiring wise, is the alternator. I don't know. We'll see. I'm trying to find one. I'm probably going to have to clock it because the only alternators I can find, so the way you do it is the long mounting point goes on the bottom, the short one goes on top, and it goes by a clock. So I want 12 o'clock, but I can't find 12 o'clock. I can only find 3, which is going to have it pointing straight down at the manifold. So I don't know if there's enough clearance. So I'm probably going to clock it over to 3 o'clock. So the wires are going to go off to the side and plug in over here. That's my plan. And I'm sticking to it. But then I also have to pull the intake and block the heat crossovers. I have a rebuild pieces for the fuel pump, so I'm going to go ahead and rebuild it, put it on, even though I'm using electric. That way, in case the electric craps out, I can just hook the mechanical up. So it's still going to be functional. It's just going to be pumping air. So whatever. What else? I think that's it. And of course, I have the spark plug wires I got to do, but that's not worth putting on video. Anything else? I think that's all. So, oh, the grommet, I got this. That's the new grommet from Shoebox Central. Perfect fit for my harness. So that's all done. I ordered, I was watching a Bellows Customs video, and he had these zip tie things. I guess you push it in a hole. It has a little barb on the end. You push it in there, and then it's a zip tie, and you just zip tie it. So I ordered some of those so I can tie these wires up here. I can tie these wires up here, and all that'll be good. And that's all. On to Dome Lights, tail lights.